Shelby,
Hi.
I'm so glad to see you again.
I know, it's been 2 years.
So much has happened in those 2 years.
Yes, definitely.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I can say that this is actually my second set of twins. Well, actually, third, to be honest with you, but second twins in 2 years. Um, you can obviously see I'm in a home structure per se, but not really because the house is going up for auction, and also, so it's like we're homeless but not homeless. So I got displaced, basically. I didn't want to be on the streets with these babies, so the father basically put me here with my aunt to help me through the pregnancy. But it's been a struggle, so I still feel homeless, but not really, in a way. It's a lot better environment, but it's still the same. Well, it's going to be open adoption like I
Right.
was the last time. And reason why is because I want the babies to have a better life. I don't want, because I don't know what's going to happen from the time I give birth till then, like I just don't want them to be on the streets because I know what it's like,
Yeah.
and they'll be taken from me anyway if I was on the streets. So I'd
Exactly.
rather give them to people that deserve to have babies that they can't have. So
Yeah. I mean, it's you deserve it. It's your baby at the same time.
yeah.
It's just life hasn't given you the opportunity.
No, it's hard. Like it's hard because they don't have help like they say they do. Like they'll say, "Oh, we can help you. We can help you. We help you," but they don't really help you.
So there isn't really a lot of help for. I mean, I drive around Bradenton and I see females with babies on the streets.
Yeah, but honestly, they'll say like they say they have this. It's called the Rapid Team in Manatee County, but it's a lie because they don't really help you. All they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, we're gonna judge you because you're doing this and doing that," and they'll just put you in a program and they just leave you there. And then what do you do afterwards? They don't set you up with a home. They don't set you up with anything. You have to do that all on your own. So it's not really helping you. They don't really help you. They just give you a couple resources and they say, "Here you go, on your merry way." So,
How long will the babies be with you from the time you give birth? I mean, they're gonna have to be with you for a while.
it's like
No.
72 hours. Like I have 72 hours to change my mind if I want to, but I'm not going to. I give birth. I stay in the hospital. Depends if I have a C-section or not. If I don't, it's usually like 72 hours. Depends how long they keep you in the hospital, and then they just go where you place them, which I chose a family in Georgia. So,
So you already know where they're going.
yes, I met the family and everything, and they're wonderful.
Does that feel better? I'm sure.
It does. It's just, I think all the emotions are going to hit me at once I give birth.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay strong for them and myself, but it's still like complicated and it hurts, but I'm trying to stay strong.
Yeah. I mean, you've already dealt with so much trauma in your life. On
Mhm.
today's video, we're not going to get too into detail about that. What I'm going to do
Mhm.
is I'm going to include the description.
Okay.
In the video description, I'll include the original video we did. And
Mhm.
if anybody wants to know your full history,
Oh
they can
yeah,
go
of
there.
course.
But obviously, you've been through a lot,
Yes.
and you've overcome a lot.
Oh yeah.
It hasn't been easy.
Mm-mm.
So what I'll do is again, I'll include the original video in the description, so anybody
Mhm.
can. I definitely recommend if you're watching this video for the first time, watch that video first, get that first story, and then finish watching this video so that you can understand the struggle that this young lady's been through. So you've been here before with twins.
Yes.
Um, you understand what the emotions that you're gonna feel when they go
Of
away.
course.
Um, this is your third set of twins.
Yes, it's very rare. Well, my first set of twins, I lost one of the twins, but I consider my 3-year-old son a twin. Um, and I can tell you, just from the 3 sets, it's been a journey. Like, and it's with the same guy. It's just we've been on and off because he wants to decide to leave and come back because he's struggling just as well. He just wanted to see me this time because before I was living at a camp, which was harder being pregnant and in the heat and everything. Like I had no, he wanted me here to where I had access to a shower and access to, you know, lights and stuff like that. Where he right now is living on the streets. So he sacrificed in a way and knew that this is his aunt and knew that I would be okay.
What do you like about him? What are the things?
Well, honestly, the truth,
Yeah.
he saved me from when you can see in the first video when I was when I told you I was recovering. He actually saved me from that. He has been by my side. We just been in a rocky situation where like he wants to save the world, but he doesn't realize he can't save himself. So he wants to save everybody, and he sees the good in everybody. And I keep telling him like, you can't save everybody if you can't save yourself. And he doesn't realize that. And like he self-sabotages himself. But other than that, he's a really good person. I just wish he would, stop trying to save the world, basically.
I've seen this before. And it happens a lot with homeless couples where, one person gets a little bit ahead, one person helps the other person get a little bit ahead, but there's always one person that struggles more than the other.
Yeah.
Or with males, I've seen friendships can be a problem where, you got all your street family, but once you got a woman that's pregnant, for example, your street family has to really be on a different level.
Yeah.
And people don't understand street family when they're not from the streets. But I've always counseled all of my friends that I meet on the streets that they have to prioritize their relationship over their street family.
Well, I mean, I consider street family, like, you don't have to be blood to be family. Like, I mean, me and her are not blood, me and her son are not blood. She was there, she met me, and I went through a really bad situation.
You mentioned that at a point you were pregnant at a homeless camp.
Yes.
That is difficult.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I found out with my last set of twins I was pregnant, and at first I was like in denial. Like, I was thinking about, okay, I want to keep these children, but how do I do it? Because in my past, I was falsely accused with CPS because of my older son's father. And I had waited 2 weeks to call an agency, but I went in denial and thinking, oh, I could have these twins in the camp or whatever, but not realizing like how severe, like I was like 4 or 5 months pregnant, and when the storms were coming and stuff like that, it was hard, like to trail up through grass and everything else, and I was covered in dirt, and then so miserable, so hot, and then on top of trying to eat and everything else, and then my health kind of deteriorated a little bit because of that. Like, I was getting sick more. And then I realized, okay, maybe I do need to call the agency because this is not going to work. I'm going to end up losing them.
When you say storms, you mean like hurricanes?
Like, there was a hurricane when I was homeless the last time. There was also a lot of rain because we lived by a lake type thing. And we also had to be careful, too, to make sure we don't get trespassed. But being pregnant, trying to trail through that is a lot. I'm out of breath. And there's time I was at the camp by myself because, he was doing his thing and I didn't know. And I'd be out there in the middle of the dark by myself and I'm pregnant. Like, I got to protect me and my little ones and make sure nothing happens to me. And I'm like, wow, this is too much for me. I actually, because it was hard for me, but I panhandled when I was pregnant. And that right there was really hard because you don't know if someone's going to give you money or not. I never asked for it, but, and me and him would fight a lot because I was like, what are you going to do? Like, why do I have to go out and do this? You're the man. Like, I'm 4 or 5 months pregnant with twins, getting bigger by the day, and it's hard for me to walk out the camp because you got to go around this lake and make sure no one's seeing you walk through there because, they could call the cops.
Yeah.
Just to go to a gas station that you possibly can get kicked out of because you're sitting here just building a bike when you could be working or doing something. And that's his problem also throughout this. He doesn't know how to get the motivation to do something. He just wants to screw off or whatever the case may be.
Does he have mental health problems?
He does. I mean, he's had a lot of trauma himself through his life. But I tell people all the time, people that have trauma, don't let it break you, Do something about it. Everybody has a story. Just don't let it break you. Like, I don't let my story break me. I see all these girls out here that, they cry wolf, or a guy that cries wolf, and I'm like, why? Why are you sitting here and woes me? Just get up and do something. You can change it. That's the past. You did, it happened, it's done, it's over with, and you should progress from it, not, but keep dwelling on it, because it's not going to change what happened.
Yeah. But I guess everybody's mental
Yeah,
health is different, and for some people, the damage is just
sometimes, yeah, and I think that's why people do, you know, not saying everybody does. They cope with it in any sort of way. Everybody has. It could be to food. It could be anything. It could be to watching TV, gambling, whatever. That's how some people do cope with things.
yeah.
This is my thing. The reason why it helps people is because with their real family, there could have been their story in the background, like myself, where I got kicked out really early, and I was out there on the streets by myself, until I started realizing, like, when I met her and her family and stuff like that. Because at first, I'm very standoffish with people because I don't trust because of what's happened to me before then. But it does help because they could relate, because most street families have almost similar or close to the same trauma you've been through, and they understand. Like, they don't judge you like your real family would. Like, your blood family would judge you and be like, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? When you have somebody that's like your street family that's kind of almost similar, been through the same thing, that won't judge you, and they're like, it's okay. You don't have to sabotage yourself. I've been through that too. But I tell people, they'll tell you all the time, just get up and have your head high, and don't let it slow you down. I haven't let anything slow me down, with the 3 sets of twins, down to me and him splitting up, down to having in and out of people in my life. Like, I don't have the same street family as I did 2 years ago, because people change. But that's okay. They'll come back around, and if they don't, they don't. Like I said, it does help, because sometimes your real family's not always understanding as they are.
When we have a problem, it's a lot easier to talk to somebody on the streets about our problems
Mm-hmm.
because we don't feel like that person can judge us.
Right.
Like, I've dealt with some mental health problems, and like, it might be 2 or 3 in the morning or something. I mean, you've seen us out there late at night,
Yeah.
and we'll talk to somebody on the street, and sometimes um, we've been able to, like, deal with our mental health problems with people on the streets because we feel that there isn't it's not coming from a place of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I talk to, like, I can go and pay a therapist, but that person um, lives a life that perhaps
Right.
isn't relatable.
The only thing about therapists is, like, I feel like they just get paid to be like, okay, what's wrong, but they don't really get into depth of what's wrong, or they'll just go automatically and sign for medication right away. But what if you don't need that, you know? Because I've been on different types of medication for it, and it makes me a zombie,
Yeah.
you know?
And they tell you need it for life.
Exactly, but you
Right.
really don't. You
Yeah.
really don't, because at the end of the day, just talking about it with
Yeah.
somebody, it doesn't matter, even with somebody that's not homeless,
Yeah.
because I've been there.
Yeah.
Before all this, I had a job. With my older son, he's 9 now.
Yeah.
I had a job, I had a house, I had it all, but one thing turned it all upside down. And sometimes it's hard to get back there, because nowadays it's more expensive, or they judge somebody because they are homeless. You go to get a job, to try to do a job, they're like, well, how are you going to take a shower? How are you going to get here? How are you going to do this? But they don't realize.
I mean, like, right now, to break down what it is today, jobs are paying $16 an hour here in Branson.
Mm-hmm.
Other jobs paying more than $16 an hour that somebody could just readily get.
Mm-hmm. You can get a
What's the best
companion
you've
job.
seen? What's the best job you've seen in Branson, like, hourly rate?
See, I was in the restaurant industry, so I wouldn't know, but
Amazon 21 maybe. Amazon?
I would say that. But nowadays, it's like, you have to have a high school diploma, you have to have this, you have to have that, or they judge you because they're like, how are you gonna take a shower? How are you gonna get here? And one time you're late, or one time your uniform's messed up, or one day you having a bad day, or whatever the case may be, they're not gonna take that lightly, because a lot of these people don't. They judge.
How many people have you met that live on the streets? Like, how many homeless people have you been?
Oh my gosh.
Into the hundreds, I'm gonna guess, right?
Oh,
If not-
thousands.
Okay. So, let me ask you a few questions generically about homelessness that people don't understand, and I think people need to understand.
Mm-hmm.
The most obvious generalization is like 87% to 95% use. Okay, fine.
But did they use
Let's
it before
put
they
that-
got on the street?
Right.
That's
But
the
that's not
biggest
even the right
question.
question, though. The right question is that exists, true.
Yeah.
Can't deny it. The right question to ask, though, is what percentage of those people do you think have mental disorders,
A lot of them do.
94%.
disabled?
I would
You
say,
think 94%?
I would say,
Absolutely.
I
What
would say
percentage do you
about
think?
96%. And the reason
Wow.
why I say that is because a lot of them hide it
Yeah.
because they never got heard and they don't have a voice. Or they were told that, oh, you're lying.
Suck it up, buttercup.
Suck it up, or they mask it with use or their eating habits or whatever the case may be because they're so scared because their real family didn't let them talk about it. That was my case.
Yeah.
My mom shut me out. She was an alcoholic, and then she judged me. She's like, "You're my only child that's ever been." I said, "Really? You know alcohol?" And I said, "It's not your fault. I did what I did, but you didn't help because when I tried to ask you for help, you shut me out because of your, and that's okay. But it didn't break me. It just made me learn, like, okay, some people don't know how to cope with that. Like, if they see their daughter going through it, but they're going through it themselves, they try to put it in denial.
So you think it's above 90%?
Yes.
And you do think as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Now, you would know better than me, obviously. I thought the number was like 60 to 70%.
No. I mean, maybe in the beginning, like when there wasn't no help for people, when it all first started, but there's a lot of people that are homeless.
Because there's no help.
There
There's
is
nowhere
no
to go.
help. They
Okay.
say there's help, but there's not.
So, most of those people have mental problems.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Elaborate
If they-
mental health issues.
If they say that they're normal, that's an issue because you know you're not.
Yeah. And I also believe homelessness is a traumatic experience in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So I believe that anybody who experiences homelessness will probably need to have a recovery period, a what would you call it? I don't even know, like a...
The destabilization session.
Right. So even
Mhm.
like,
They already
it is a
did that.
traumatic experience.
Mhm.
Homelessness is a traumatic experience.
Of course. It
So
is.
if you become homeless and you're fine, there's no mental issues with you, by the time you leave homelessness and get out of it, you're
Yeah.
going to have post-traumatic...
Or you probably had the mental problem, but it was hidden. But then the homelessness brought it out more because of the struggles.
Right.
And if it's crazy because I've seen people that are content with it, and I'm like, me personally, even though like it's a cool, don't get me wrong, like you have no rules, no nothing, no bills, no nothing, but at the end of the day, that's not what you want. They don't realize that you think you're content now, but just wait till 2 years or 4 years from now, you're not going to be content with it. You're going to be going insane.
So you can't really say it's their fault.
No, it's not their fault.
Right. A lot of people just like to say, well, because they're engaging in this criminal activity,
No.
now it's okay for us as a society not to acknowledge or help them. What are your thoughts on that?
I will have to say, like, it's not your fault that you end up having mental issues. It doesn't help about your upbringing. If, like I said, if you don't have the emotional support from your family and you say, hey, mom, I have an issue, mom, because of the fact of, in my experience, because my mom had an addiction herself, she was too wrapped up in that, then she couldn't realize what I was going through. So I had to do it on my own. You know, I had to grow up pretty fast and stuff like that. It's but like I said, anybody that has mental issues or addiction or whatever, it's nobody's fault. It just happens because they develop that because they're not heard. They don't have a voice. Their family shuts them out. Their family kicks them out. Or they're going through something traumatic and that's how they cope with it. It just automatically happens. Or peer pressure. They could be in a crowd of people and be like, hey, this is cool. But let's not tell mom, you know? So like I said, it's nobody's fault. It just happens. You just gotta learn how to deal with it.
Obviously, there's challenges with pregnancy and homelessness combined together.
Yes.
But despite the challenges, I have to ask this out of curiosity.
Go ahead.
Do you kind of get like a self-worth or pride of saying, despite the fact I'm homeless, I'm having twins more than once?
Honestly, the truth, I get enjoyment because of the fact of what I'm doing for somebody that can't have children. The family itself, he has a disease that will pass on to his children. So when I seen the video of them getting chosen, because they never get chosen because of that, it brings happiness to my life. Even though I don't want to like be, here you go, here's my babies, because I had my older son, my 9-year-old, till he was about 2 years old. So I am a mother, but it's just that I feel self-worth. I feel proud. Yes, it's probably not the best thing to do when you're homeless. Hey, let's just go ahead and get pregnant, you know? But it happens. But I'm giving people a gift, I guess. You know?
The most valuable gift, life.
Yeah, and it's a very selfless thing to do. People can judge me all they want to, but I look at it this way. Who are you to judge? Would you rather have twins on the street, or would you have...
It's God who gives humans the right to procreate. And whether you're rich or poor, you could be a billionaire and not be able to have kids.
I mean, a lot of people tell me, they're like, it's crazy. This is your third set of twins. Like, have you ever thought about surrogacy or anything like that? Well, technically speaking, what I'm doing is, they're mine, but I'm giving them a gift. So it's technically surrogacy without them having their egg in me, but, you know.
I mean, children are literally the gift of life that nobody can replace. And all the money in the world can't buy that. And I don't think that just because you're poor, like when I look back when I was 18 years old, we lived in a place. I mean, I see where I'm at here. This is luxury compared to where me and her met. Because this is at least a house. We were in a trailer. And I was afraid to have kids because of our living conditions. A hole in the ground where raccoons were popping in.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have kids when we were younger. If we had kids when we met, how old would our kids be, Katie?
Well, we've been married 16 years, so we could have a high school.
We could have a high school kid now, and we didn't because we were afraid of our economic situation. I look back on it now as an adult, and I really regret the fact that we didn't have kids.
It's never a right time to have kids. You're never going to have every circumstance in the right place.
Yeah, because we do live in a society now that kind of, even like, oh, you're only supposed to have one kid, and if you don't have a trust fund for their,
like I said, technically speaking, for my first set of twins to now, if I can count all my kids, I technically have 7 kids at the age of 32, and I wasn't ready with my older son. He was 9 years old, and I had to run and get a job. I did this, I did that, and then that one mistake that happened flipped my whole world upside down, and ever since then I've been trying to catch up. And then when I got with her nephew, it was bam, bam, bam. Throughout her whole relationship of 6 years, because we were together for 6 years, nothing but me being pregnant. So I haven't had time to heal. I haven't had time to do nothing except just having back to back to back to back to back. But they're still all my babies, no matter what. I'm still a mom. Even if I give them up for adoption or don't, they're still a mom.
Katie, that girl that we interviewed in Tampa, how many kids does she have in Plant City, in Sefner? 9?
Yeah.
Is it 9? Mm-hmm. So I interviewed a girl up there in Tampa that's got like 9.
Wow.
And I think her mental health problems are probably considerably more aggravated than yours.
Well, I hold him in very well. I mean, she knows me pretty well. I can have my moments, but I actually just snap right back to it.
We talk a lot.
Yeah, that helps.
And I think what it is because, like, she knows a little bit of my background, even as I told her a little bit about my real mom and everything else, and then, you know, her saving me, and then her telling her family, like, listen, don't do this, you know, listen, she's been through a lot. Because she could tell I didn't have a voice. I always had to stay quiet because I was a middle child, you know. And I have the mentality of like a teenager, even though I can act like an adult at times. But some things I just don't comprehend, or I'm more of like very standoffish with people. I don't trust very many people. I don't let people in very well. And she has opened a lot of that and says it's okay to trust me. It's okay. And ever since then, you know, like I said, from 22, 23, she's basically almost raised me until, you know, until 32. And then I could tell the maturity of all.
Obviously, yeah. So, is there anything you would like to say to the audience about all your life experiences and all the things you've gone through lately and everything?
All I have to say is, um, don't let your trauma or anything that's happened to you hold you back. Even though I'm still kind of in the same similar situation. I do not let anything break me. The only thing that can break me is myself. And if I can't, nobody can. Just keep moving forward. And I'm the type of person, like I tell people, even though I'm going through something, I'm here to talk, no matter what. Like straight up, I always have everybody's back because we all bleed the same. We're all the same. We're no better than nobody else. But like I said, don't let nothing hold you back. So there you go.
Yeah. When I first met you, I interviewed you on the side of the road,
Mm-hmm.
and I also interviewed Brad.
Yeah.
Brad passed away
Yes, he did.
like a week after I interviewed
Yes, he
him.
did.
You were both sitting there together for that day.
Yeah.
He's gone. And I think in the video he kind of gave us some clues to what he was going through. And
Yeah.
a lot of people come and go in the streets. Not a lot of
That's the
people
part
can
that
make it.
sucks the most because one minute they're there, the next minute they're gone.
Yes.
And that's.
Of the people that have been out here
Uh-huh.
that are gone today, are there any of them that you think were memorable, that were just...
Abby.
Abby.
Tell me about Abby.
Abby is my best friend. She. She's a transgender, but that one right there was my best friend. That one that's hit me the hardest. I found out when I was living behind Chick-fil-A, and I dropped everything that was in my hand, and I knew it was true when an investigator came and investigated because talked to me because I talked to her 3 months prior before she died. But the thing was, she was messing with the wrong crowd. And she distanced herself from me so I couldn't get hurt. And that's what happened. I don't want to get into detail really what happened to her.
Gotcha.
But people come and go. And that's what sucks.
Yeah.
Like, that's why sometimes it is hard for me to get close to people because you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
You know, and it hurts.
Based on when I saw you the first time and where you're now, you look healthier.
Mm-hmm.
So you've improved. And for me and Katie, that is heartwarming because most people we see out here deteriorate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of people that we meet end up... One second.
No
A
problem.
lot of people that we meet deteriorate. So you've improved your health.
Of course, because I want to progress. Like,
Yeah.
even though, like, right now I'm still struggling away, I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forward. That's what I was telling people. No matter what you're going through, anything is possible. Just keep moving forward. Even with a little help. And somebody will help you. You just got to keep asking, hey, I need to talk. Please, 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 please. Somebody will finally stop and say, well, what's up? What's wrong? And you also got to realize, too, like, in order for you to do anything, you got to help yourself first before you can help anybody. You can't just, because that's how you drag down. If you help way too many people instead of helping yourself, you're putting yourself on the back burner, and that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And last time I interviewed you, I asked you, has anybody helped you? And you said that you were just giving everybody your all.
Yeah?
And you're known for that on the streets.
Yes.
But I think you already mentioned in the video how at some point you have to separate yourself from people that you
Yes.
love
Yes.
if you're going to improve. And it's not that
Yeah.
you don't... I have family members who are completely into the streets and I love them.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see them, I give them a hug and then I'm like, hey, bro, I love you.
Yeah.
But we got to keep it.
I mean, it's like even with the father.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to go save the world. Even pregnant or not pregnant, like, I have to tell him, like, listen, I have to do what's best for me. Because I'm always worried about other people. That was my issue. Even in mine and his relationship, I was always thinking about what can I do for him? What can I do for him? What can I do better? What can I do? And I kept putting myself on the back burner. And I realized, wait a minute, what am I doing? Like, I'm falling and he's going up. But he's not catching me, so I need to stop. Yes, I can care about you, but I need to do me first. And then I can help you. Because if I'm sitting here struggling and trying to help you, that's not setting an example or a message or nothing. That's just, here you go.
And I guess the irony of that, imagine somebody that you slept on the sidewalk with, you got rained together with,
Mm-hmm.
you beat the odds with, and now, in order to improve yourself, you almost have to walk away from. That's not easy because, like, me and her, like, we're married, we live in a house. If we break up, she goes her way, I go mine. We're set. But like, when you sleep on a sidewalk with somebody behind a building, I mean, and you decide you want to make yourself better, but you know that person can't do it for themselves. That's
Yeah.
a tough one.
Well, actually, this time around, I didn't have a choice. No expo. Like the next morning, I woke up and I'm like, did this just really just happen? Like, I'm pregnant in his friend's house. Whoa.
She doesn't know. She's not real familiar with.
And finally, I got him to realize, like, because all these traumatic events afterwards, I said, this is not my fault. You made a choice for me, and that wasn't fair to me.
Man, it's hard to make a relationship work when you're missing. Cause like even me and her, like, married all these years together, money gets tight, goes up, you got more arguments. But when the money's good, we're traveling, we ain't got time for an argument, or we don't have to decide over who gets a pair of shoes. We both get a pair of shoes, or
And because he wanted to keep saving the world with all these girls, and he just left me in the dust. And I told him, I forgive you for all that. What I don't forgive you for is turning your back, because I never would do that
we're
for
probably
you.
gonna have to catch up with you again.
Okay.
Because your story is there's so much to it.
Yeah.
There's no in the world. I'm really glad to see that your health has improved,
Thank you.
and that at least for now you have a little bit of stability.
Yep.
To some degree, and that you're starting to recognize that in order to pull yourself up, it's not that you're betraying people. It's that you have to do it for yourself.
Of course.
And I don't want you to look at it as you're betraying people or you're leaving
No.
people behind. You have to look at it as you have to do it for you first. And
Of
then once
course.
you get, because me, like, for example, I'm able to help a lot of people on the streets. Not a lot. $20 here, $20 there, whatever I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Which some people is amazing. It's absolutely an amazing gift if you're on the street.
Yeah. A dollar here, I can't fix the world over there for people. But the reason I'm able to do a little bit over here, over there, is because I'm good. When I'm not good, I can't do anything for anybody.
Oh yeah, of course.
So
But
in
it's
order
best
to
thing
help
is,
other people,
yep. But the best thing is to be honest. If you can't
Yeah.
do it, you can't do it. If you can, you can.
and just think that your video today is going to reach a lot of people who are dealing with mental health on the streets. I want to ask you about Joy Jouet. Have you ever met her?
Yes. I do not like her.
Okay.
Me and her
don't get
don't
along.
get along very well.
I mean, it's some people like her, some people hate her.
Well, there's a history between her and I
Understood.
because of my first son. And I was falsely accused. I got labeled child endangerment my first son. It was due to his father and his grandmother. And then on top of, she was demoted and promoted because she handcuffed me from behind when I was 7.5 months pregnant with my son. So she's had a vendetta against me, and I just personally think she don't help nobody, and it's just our relationship as myself and then her as a cop. It's not because anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
because she's had this weird personal vendetta and me personally,
Yeah.
the way she treats me, the way she stalked me before to find me. The way she talks to me sometimes, I'm just like, well, what's wrong with you, lady?
She's helped me find people that. So I mean, it's hard for people in that position to have to, because she's helped me find people. She's helped me find people that, like, people are looking for them, need to find them. If I need to find a person to help them or for whatever, like, I've had people reach out to me, hey, Jennifer, whoever the crap they're looking for is my niece, and we don't know where she's at. I can call her and she'll know where she's at. There's only so much people can do in a powerful position, and sometimes it's like, even if their intentions are good, if you're doing what's wrong, it's hard, and like,
You're right.
so hopefully you guys can fix that relationship in the future.
Maybe we'll see.
There's a bunch of they're building something new in Bradenton on 26th Street. I don't know if you're.
I believe it's. I think I was hearing it might be like a homeless camp
Yeah,
for people,
those
but
things are rough.
The rules that they have in some of those things are unrealistic for people that live on
I
the
mean,
street.
there was supposed to be a rumor going
Yeah.
around they were gonna have a homeless camp by the jail, and I'm thinking, well, that's a nice setup. Let's have the jail overpopulated because of the homeless people that are gonna end up doing stupid stuff right by the jail.
Yeah, it's
But-
a mess. It's a mess.
Even though they say that they're gonna do this, it's still not the help
Yeah.
that we really do need.
In the years that you've been in Bradenton,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen the homeless population grow, shrink, stable? What do you
Grow, and the only reason why it looks like it's shrinking is because people are going in and out of jail.
Yeah,
But they're still coming out going,
what's
Where we
next?
go?
whoa. And who are all these new people? You know, because there's always new faces.
Yeah,
We don't know who half these people are.
yeah,
You know, it's not always the same people, but the population of people being homeless is overgrowing.
Yeah.
Even down to our age,
Yeah.
down to people that are 60 to 70 years old that can't even
Yeah.
do.
I'm seeing women with kids now
Yeah.
over by downtown.
Because there's nowhere
Wicked.
to put them. They were more interested in making money out of Bradenton
And
when
now,
the big boom hit. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's going to make money and stay home to do it.
yeah,
People moved to
and,
Florida.
and them rich,
There's
like
not
I
enough
Uber
room.
drive in Bradenton, so I get to meet the rich, the poor, the lawyers, the doctors, and the homeless.
Yeah, and you
everybody.
see everything.
And when I talk to them rich people that live, that work in government offices, I had a passenger recently, works in downtown. Okay, just call him a bigwig or something like that. And I got this passenger, and he was complaining to me about the affordable housing. Well, they're bringing all these affordable housing closest to where I live.
Is that
I'm
even
like-
true?
They're upset. Like, the rich people down there, they're upset. Like, we are hoping that we get homeless shelters, that we get affordable housing.
Affordable.
Yeah.
Affordable to
And
you,
affordable's
though, is
$1,400 a
Affordable.
month.
I mean,
by
that's
the
what I'm
way.
saying.
affordable.
I mean,
Yeah.
for one bedroom nowadays is between $1,000 to $1,400 a month.
Facts.
My question is, who in their right mind thinks they could do that by themselves, even with roommates?
I Uber drive and I have a YouTube channel that's extremely successful, and
They're still struggling.
Yeah, I've had to borrow money to keep my bank account from going negative in the last 2 months. So
Hmm
this crap is real.
There's people that are nurses and doctors that are still struggling. My brother's a nurse,
Yeah,
and he says he still struggles.
yeah. Isn't that
So
easier
and,
now?
and a nurse, I imagine what they make.
Yeah,
And you can't go buy a house like you used to for like, let me buy one bedroom for like $600 a month. No, you can't buy that. Now it's 14 to 15, 16, 17,
Right, but
$2,000.
but the rich people here in Bradenton, every time, like, you remember they were gonna build a homeless shelter for veterans off of Cortez or off of Cortez?
Cortez.
Cortez.
Right. They fought back and they pushed back against it. The rich people, they pushed back against, and it was for veterans. The affordable housing that they built towards downtown high rises,
Yeah,
they're upset about that.
that is
Yeah,
Them
'cause
rich
those
people-
are for people that come
But
from out of town.
the
Those aren't for
one
people
thing
that
I
come-
cannot
Yeah.
It's
stand.
affordable for outsiders to come here and give a place to live.
Yeah.
And it looks all fancy and dancy on paper, but
Right.
when in reality it's nothing. That
I mean, that's
people
like
that
the
live
one
here
thing I
can do.
cannot stand.
Yeah.
If you notice people that are homeless, I cannot stand when you got someone that's walking in a store and judges you. How? You could be one step away from doing the same thing. But the difference is, if you're in my position and let's say I see you and you judged me from before, I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to help you.
Right. I've been pulling body cam footage. I've pulled like 100, mostly of homeless arrests, and
Well, now it's out because it's illegal to be homeless now.
yeah. But when I pull
Yeah,
like
they-
like there's places where like nobody's pulled body cam footage in those counties, and the first time you pull the footage, the cops are you can tell there's like level of disrespect, but I guess
'Cause
by
we get
pulling those,
judged.
but by pulling when I start pulling those body cam footages in those agencies, it lets the police officers know, okay, if we do something wrong, it's gonna end up on the internet.
I mean, you're automatically labeled if you have a bike, a backpack, some flashlights, whatever, and you probably not homeless or whatever, but they were like, oh, you're homeless. How?
I mean, I think 20 to 30% of the arrests in Florida are homeless people.
Oh, I'd say it's higher than that.
It might be that, not to exaggerate, but
Because they made it to where now it's illegal to be homeless. Like if you are, they say if you are homeless, they have the right to arrest you.
right,
You're allowed one trespass, and then it says basically you can't go back to that area.
right. But I mean, like in the state of Florida, I mean, the jail systems,
Suck.
it's like a percent, maybe a third in some places.
That's why
and
they're so
20%.
overpopulated.
About 15 to 30%, depending on the county, are homeless people. So, I mean, the state has like this battle against the homeless, and now there's new laws, both federal and state, where it isn't just going to be putting you in jail. Like, you could get arrested for a crime, and instead of going to jail, you're going to a mental facility or something.
Oh.
But that's all. It's all chasing the money at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
at the
Because
end
they
of the
shift
day.
you, from one place to the next. For example, like you end up in a hospital. That hospital doesn't evaluate you. Doesn't know anything. They send you off to a mental health place. That place doesn't evaluate you. Then they let you go. So it's like
It's
this
a way for the
endless-
government. It's a way for the government to make money off homeless people.
Yeah, it's like the lawyers are advocating.
They want us. They want to be against us, but they want to make money off us as well.
Right.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah. So it's getting more difficult and challenging for people, and instead
Of
of getting
course.
help, they're just getting what's the word they use?
Basically what they're
Railroaded?
doing-
They're getting redirected.
And not even that
Railroad.
is
They
it
think they're
redirected.
getting help, and they're
You know what
just
they're
actually
doing?
sending
They're
them a different
basically
way.
throwing us away. They're like, oh, but they don't realize we're normal people. We're people just like them.
Yeah.
We're not. They look at us like we're tigers and cage animals. Like, oh my god, look
And
at
one day,
them.
and one day they'll wake up and find out that it's them.
Exactly. And you know what? As a person that is homeless or a person that has gone through what they've gone through, I am not going to sit there and judge them. I will help them.
Yeah.
That's the difference between me and somebody that's heartless. I have a heart. Even if I don't like you, even if anything, I have your back and I'll be there.
You're not going to stand there and let somebody else hurt you.
Or somebody that's hungry. I don't let anybody go hungry. That's my thing. And I know that I'll be like, hey, you remember me? You judged me 2 weeks ago, but by the way, here you go. Here's $20.
One thing I've been seeing a lot lately, like in Bradenton, a lot of people that are homeless eat out of the garbage.
Yes.
I see it all the time.
Because a lot of places understand the concept of there's no food.
Or
So rather than they can't legally give it to you because
Yeah.
if you get sick, you
Right.
can sue the facility.
or
Yeah.
some of
But
it's
if you put it
actually
out and people
they don't
know
notice
it-
what they're throwing out. Like a lot of that stuff
Dumpster
is
diving.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff is pretty good. That
because there's
Yeah.
not a lot of
But
places to
like
eat.
if you go to Tampa now, there's homeless people that will pretend like they're digging through the garbage to try to get people to give them food. Because like last few times I go to Tampa, like I'll see homeless people and I'll sit there and watch them. And there's just like they're pretending like they're eating out of the garbage to get people to give them stuff. Like it's like a new. You see all types of crap
Dumpster
out there.
diving's the new in thing anyway. So
it's
Yeah.
been in for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think over the last year, I've seen more people dumpster diving for food in Florida than I have ever.
Yeah.
I mean, that people don't
Because-
realize is like the lack of resources.
It's not even that, or like I said, it's hard out here. You can't. Prices have gone up on everything.
and sometimes you can't get to where they give out food, or they give out food that you got nowhere to cook.
I mean,
So what's the
I'm
point?
seeing
I can
people
tell you
eating
by
out of the garbage.
experience. The father of my child, we were on a church. He got thrown out of line because they said there wasn't enough food, and there was plenty of food.
Yeah.
Some of these churches judge people, or they only help certain people. That's wrong.
I've heard that a lot.
That's
Spanish churches are the
wrong.
worst.
Well, I'm gonna end our video.
right.
Not because it's not interesting.
No,
because
you're
I think we
okay.
got so much done. Me and Kate are really happy to see you improve.
Thank you.
I wish I could fix the world, but I have to fix my world
Hey,
first.
hey.
So thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
So.